Good morning, everybody. This is Todd with the Forex Nitty Gritty Insiders Daily Video. Hope everybody had a good weekend and doing well, safe, and all that good stuff. Just kind of looking at what's going on in the market. We have oil continuing to rise. Oil itself 96.63. Brent crude is at 113.55. Gold today, dropping a little bit back down to about 16.55. And the pre-market, just looking at what's happening here in the stock market side of things, everything is positive for a positive open, so we should see the markets open positive today. Now, couple things that just barely came out were the durable goods orders, which were both positive. The core durable goods came out at 1.3%. The forecast was 0.8%. We're still waiting here in the next hour or so for pending home sales, which will be coming out then. Consumer confidence comes out tomorrow on Tuesday. We have the ADP non-farm coming out on Wednesday, along with the FOMC statement for the U.S. The New Zealand is going to have its rate statement also on that day. So Wednesday is going to be a pretty big day. We're going to keep an eye on that and see what happens with what the rates and the talk is that's coming out. Unemployment normally on Thursdays going to come out, last day of the month. And then Friday's non-farm payroll. And kind of a big number there, so we'll keep an eye on that. So overall, pretty big week this week in terms of news. We want to make sure that we're understanding that and are prepared with whatever it is that we're trading with stops and targets and all of that good stuff. Not that you can't trade, but you want to make sure that you're prepared from a risk standpoint. All right, so let's just kind of talk a little bit about what's happening on the longer term perspective of things. You can see, since we talked last week, that we really have had a nice little bump up here on the euro dollar. If we take and look at the concept of breakouts, this is a good example of a breakout here where we're having some consolidation, kind of a pullback. Really, this lower area was some support here. So for the simple trading method, an entry above the highest high of the last three would have been right in this area here as it began to run up. Now, yesterday and today we were kind of flat, not a whole lot of movement. But I think the market's going to be a little bit preparing for the interest rate statements and all of that stuff. So we want to be aware of that. So euro dollar overall, if we look at the trend, we certainly have a pretty good upward channel that's been developed here, and we're up towards the resistance point on that. So we want to be aware that when we're at that resistance, that we might see it try to settle back a little bit. Aussie dollar has been going through a downward movement here, pretty choppy overall. We have a pretty good resistance overhead here that we want to keep in mind, because until it breaks that, it's not going to be able to move up through there. If we look at the area of resistance or support here, we've kind of taken that out, and so we're in an area where we're closer to support than we are resistance, and we want to make sure that we're ready for things that might occur at those levels there. U.S. Swiss franc kind of just chopping sideways, not as nearly a downtrend as we saw on the uptrend for the euro dollar, but maybe kind of a head and shoulders inverse head and shoulders pattern here. If it breaks up above some of these necklines, then we may see it continue to run higher. The pound dollar really kind of selling off last week, took out this prior low here. So we want to recognize the weakness that's in the pound dollar. US Japanese yen continuing its strong move. Yesterday kind of made some new highs, coming down off of that a little bit. And the US CAD, nice strong run up in following what we saw yesterday or last week with the interest rate news that came out with that. So strong, took out this prior high back in here. Each week you want to take some time to review what's happening with the market so that it can help you identify the direction that things may be going, may be trading in. And if you know where that's long-term's going, then the short-term may be simpler to identify where you should be going also. Using the simple trading method, going long or short based off of what you're seeing with those trends. So until tomorrow, everybody have a great rest of the day, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.